Steve Pechenik, and this is Steve Talks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new bulletin takes pleasure in presenting the man who is fast becoming the most talked-up person in the whole country, John Dowell. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the man you all know as John Dowell. I took that name because it seems to describe the average man, and that's me. Well, people like the governor and that fellow there can stop worrying. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about us, the average guys, the John Does. If anybody should ask you what the average John Doe is like, you couldn't tell him because he's a million and one things. He's Mr. Big and Mr. Small. He's simple and he's wise. He's inherently honest, but he's got a streak of larceny in his heart. He's the man the ads are written for. He's the feller everybody sells things to. He's Joe Doak, the world's greatest stooge and the world's greatest strength. Yes, sir, we're a great family, the John Does. We're the meek who are supposed to inherit the earth. You'll find us everywhere. We raise the crops, we dig the mines, work the factories, keep the books, fly the planes, and drive the buses. And when the cop yells, "Stand back there, you," he means us, the John Does. We've existed since time began. We built the pyramids. We saw Christ crucified, pulled the oars for Roman emperors, sailed the boats for Columbus, retreated from Moscow with Napoleon, and froze with Washington at Valley Forge. Yes, sir, we've been in there dodging left hooks since before history began to walk. In our struggle for free, the canvas many a time, but we always bounce back because we're the people, and we're tough.
Good evening. This is Dr. Pechenik, and this will be my last speech for 2017. And I must say it's been quite a year. For many of us, we have felt that there have been major changes. We had a new president. We have a new tax bill. We've had all kinds of investigations and probes and contretemps and themes and accusations. But I think the most important thing for all of us to remember is that this is a republic. And what I mean by a republic is that we are represented by individuals in Congress and in various areas of state government. We do not report directly to the center of government. That is, we're not in toto a democracy. We still are a republic within which we have certain elements of our democracy. Within those elements of our democracy, we have a certain way of dealing with problems. And it turns out that this year we've had a lot of problems, in part because we have a new president, in part because we have a new way of dealing with interrelationships between the voter and the government. And what I mean by that is we have the binary system, the one and zeros. I've talked about this for quite a while. The internet has changed the nature of government. The internet has changed the way we think. The internet has changed the way we talk to each other. And the internet has changed the way we deliver content. The newspaper is no longer the sui generis of truth. That means that any newspaper that claims it only delivers the truth is self-delusional, as you might expect. In the same way, anything in the alternative media that speaks of the truth is also somewhat self-delusional. It's incumbent upon us, the individual, the voter, the supporter of the republic, to really take the burden of learning about what happens to us here in our own country and abroad. That means you have to start to look at various different ways of dealing with content. And it determines upon what you decide the truth to be for you. But the most important part of this discovery and this new future that we're entering is the fact that you have to be responsible for yourself and for your community and for the Republic. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that in some form, you have to serve the nation. In my case, in the case of many others, we went to war or we were involved in terrorism or other elements of government. I'm not asking that of you. What I'm saying is that in some way, each of you should contribute to your local community, to your county, to your state government, to the federal government in your own way. It can be by offering your own services to the community or by taking off time so that you can help your neighbors. But without this ability to grant yourself an element of gratitude to the Republic, we as citizens cannot remain intact. The most important element of the Republic is not the presidency. It is the continuation of the Republic. And what I mean by that is we've had many different types of presidents. We've had presidents who've been assassinated. We have presidents who've been ill. We have presidents who've had major problems. But throughout those problems, we have maintained the integrity of the Republic. And why is that important? Because without the integrity of the Republic, we cannot maintain social exchanges or financial interrelationships. The dollar and the financial system that we have is based on the continuity of the Republic. And for that, it means that you as citizens of this great country have to be able to participate in a way that you did not expect in the past. Let me quote our founding father, Thomas Jefferson, who said the following: "Each generation must fight for the right for them to have a democracy within our Republic." I leave you with those thoughts and remind you that in your own way, you must continue to fight to maintain the integrity of the Republic. I wish you a happy new year and a healthy one. And hopefully I will see you in 2018. Bye.
I know a lot of you are saying to yourselves, he's asking for a miracle to happen. He's expecting people to change all of a sudden. Well, you're wrong. It's no miracle. It's no miracle because I see it happen once every year. And so do you. At Christmas time. There's something swell about the spirit of Christmas, to see what it does to people, all kinds of people. Now, why can't that spirit, that same warm Christmas spirit, last the whole year round? Gosh, if it ever did, if each and every John Doe would make that spirit last 365 days out of the year, we'd develop such a strength, we'd create such a tidal wave of goodwill that no human force could stand against it. Yes, sir, my friends. The meek can only inherit the earth when the John Does start loving their neighbors. You better start right now. Don't wait till the game is called on account of darkness. Wake up, John Doe. You're the hope of the world.
Hi, this is Dr. Steve Pechenik, and this is Steve Talks.